Today I'm doing this tutorial for a lovely gold and brown, slightly smoky, iridescent look. I really hope you enjoy it. I've been wanting to do this look since a few weeks ago. This shadow popped onto my doormat from Sleek. I absolutely love it, so I thought I would do a tutorial featuring it. If you want to see how I did this look, then just stay tuned. So let's begin. First thing I've already done, as always, is apply my Urban Decay Prime Potion. And this is because we're using a cream shadow today all over the eye. So we don't want it to crease too much, although there will be a little bit of creasing and movement. We want it to stay as smooth as possible. Now the first colour I'm going to take is from the Urban Decay Naked Palette. And this is actually the colour Naked. And it's just a very light neutral brown. This is just to set out the foundation. So I'm just using a blending brush, quite a stiff dome blending brush, to lay that down. We just want a little bit to start our shading, which will help us when we put our main colour on. If you have a darker skin tone, or if you want slightly more definition, you can also use a little bit of that buck colour that's also a matte brown, but just a little bit deeper and a little bit warmer. Now we're going to use the Sleek Molten Metal Metallic Eyeshadow Duo. It has kind of like a silvery green, which is a pewter, and then it has a gold, and I'm going to use this colour, which is called Gold Leaf. I'm taking that on a flat MAC 239. You can use your fingers or a synthetic brush, it's up to you. And I'm just working off the excess on my hand. Then I'm just going to start sweeping that along the lid. Now, as with all cream shadows, you'll hear me saying this again and again, you do not want to pile this on. You just want a really thin layer, because as you can see, this product has so much pigmentation. As soon as I swatched it, I was really impressed. And you really don't need very much of it. If you build up a cream product layer after layer, it will begin to smudge and crease and move around the eye. Especially if you're going out, that can be a little bit annoying. So we're now just putting that right underneath the eye as well. Just with the tips of that same brush. You can see the amazing saturation and how glossy and beautiful it looks. It really does look like you have gold leaf on your eye. We're going to take a MAC 217 and build up a little bit more colour in the crease. This time I'm going to use Smog eyeshadow, which is this one there. It's a very warm, slightly shimmery brown, and works really well with this gold. I'm going to just build that right into the crease. This will also help blend out the edges of that gold we've put down. Works really well against it. And then I'm going to take a pointy brush. This is just like the MAC 219, but it's the single pink version, and just get the smallest amount of that smog colour on the ends. And we're going to link where we put that colour in the crease from the outer corner to there. And then we're going to smudge whatever's left on the brush right underneath the eye. This just helps to connect it with the top, so you don't have, you know, all the darkness up here. And then just gold, just like so. And then to tidy up the edge, I'm just using a Q-tip. And then for the brow bone, we don't want anything sparkly. You can use any powder. I'm using MAC's Vanilla, just a matte cream colour. Just putting that at the highest point and then blending down. And this will help to blend that brown in. For the eyeliner, I didn't want to use a stark black because we're using really warm gold colours. So I'm using Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and the colour is Bourbon. If I just put that against the gold that we're using, you can see they go really nicely together. It has a few gold sparkles, so it doesn't look too harsh. And instead of just doing a normal line, what I'm going to do is just smudge this pencil right into the bases of those lashes. You don't want a defined line. And then we're also going to tight line at the base of the lash, just in the outer half to a third of the upper lash line. So you can see this adds a little bit of definition, but it's very subtle and doesn't look like you're wearing a lot of eyeliner. And then for mascara, as always, I'm using the Lancome Hypnose. So now the eyes are all done, this is what it looks like. I absolutely adore this colour. I think it's just so beautiful and glamorous without looking too overdone. And for the lips, I'm just going to keep it neutral and use YSL in number 1, the Rouge Volupte. I find this lipstick goes with any look, especially if it's quite a dark eye. It's so neutral, but at the same time looks quite natural as well. Let me just tell you that on my cheeks I am wearing NARS blush in Sin, which has a gold undertone, but it's a little bit darker, so it's nice for a night out. And then I'm also wearing a little bit of Porcelain Pink, which is a mineralized skin finished highlighter from MAC, which adds that little bit of glow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you're all having a good week. So thank you so much once again, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.